My dudes, what's going on? Welcome to the patch note recap. In this video, we're going to be taking a look at the Trench, which is the World 7 Part 2 update. We have the brand new skill known as Observatory. We also have a ton of new things added on in. We're going to go over it, give it an overview, maybe a couple of tips and tricks, and then Bob's your uncle. Shout out to the Twitch subs and YouTube members that keep this dream a reality. Anyways, let's get into it. Now, I want to start doing a little bit more of patch note recaps, just so you guys can kind of get a little bit of a head start, because, well, as Idleon keeps on going, it's going to get much more complicated, especially with this new update. So I thought that would be a good idea, start bringing back patch note recaps. We have 7 brand new maps to explore in the treacherous Trench, getting deeper into the ocean. The nerfs are all still there, so pushing isn't necessarily going to be fast, unless, you know, you're pretty horribly juiced out. But the biggest skill has been added, known as Research. It is a very idle mechanic, but to start off, you need to have at least one character actively playing in order to get 100% of the XP earned per hour. If you're logged out of the game completely, well, then you only get as much as the AFK gains give you. I'm pretty sure baseline's 10%, so just another reason to leave Idleon running all the time. TLDR, there's going to be little observations throughout Idleon, which the little question marks on the actual clipboard itself when interact will show you whereabouts. It'll give you a hint of whereabouts it is at. Basically, Vials 2.0. If you roll a high enough number of what is required, then you unlock that observation, and then you can drag the magnifying glass that you have on the observation in order to start generating Research XP. Research XP will give you levels, which will also give you research points. Research points will be able to be used on the grid to get different unlocks, such as a new sigil tier known as a Celtic or Ectalectic or whatever it is. I can't pronounce shit. Or even a new sailing artifact tier known as Transcendent, which is incredibly difficult. It can even unlock stuff like tiny cogs, which perfectly average. But apparently they give you an insane amount of build rate. Even a farming mechanic known as Sticker Depot. If you go into farming and you place a plant, it has a chance to overgrow into a mega crop. A mega crop gives you a sticker within the Sticker Depot, which gives you a bonus. There is one sticker per seed type, and you can get multiple of these stickers. So ideally, I would suggest having 6 of each crop if your plots are completely full. Not to mention, there is a ton of new crops for metals, so get to work. Gaming is now relevant once again with GriffyBit, that is also an unlock through Research, and this is where stuff starts incredibly ramping very quickly. We have introduced a new type of bit known as, I'm pretty sure it looks like a solar bit. So absolutely juiced. Love to see it. Palette luck is through the roof. It's also a brand new introduction known as the Royale plant, or also known as the Crown plant, which is unlocked through the Rat King. Yes, the Rat King gives you currency, which is crowns, little crown coins that can be affected by chemicals, or the log as well. So log gaming is back in action and has a chance for you to reclaim a crown. You can get a crown for each one of your plants, and it will give you a bit multi. Very gross. GriffyBits are not going to be completed anytime soon. There's also another mechanic known as Mr. Minehead, which is not Minesweeper, but it's a little mini game that you get to play that's kind of part of the whole research tree. How the Minesweeper game works is you have a set amount of tiles that you need to click on. If you have a base damage, let's say of 5, for instance, and you get a 1, you can attack the mine and you'll do 5 damage. If you clicked on a tile and it gave 2, well, then it'd be 2 times 5. See how that works? But if you click on a mine, you will lose a health. If you lose 3 health so far, you will lose the match, and then you get about 3 tries a day. That's just as we know of. We don't know if we get more hearts or more tries or etc. Pretty basic. Upgrades tab will help you upgrade this stuff, increase the grids, and if not, make you do more damage. These give pretty decent account bonuses. I wouldn't say insane by any means, but you know, they're pretty cool. Art style is pretty dope as well. But the tip that I would give for it, the best way to do it is slow and easy, because there's actually no limit to how many times that you can attack the mine. So if you just click one tile and attack, it will reset the board. So then you have a chance to just one tap and attack again. Although it's not as fast, it still makes the dream work. And it'll tell you per mine of how many depth charges it has. Depth charge just means the mines that are placed within the tile grid. Pretty fun, scales really fast, gets to be a pain in the ass. Believe it or not, this mechanic is unlocked from Research, but you can find it in the minefield map. And another research mechanic, yeah, I know there's a lot of them, is Glimbo. Glimbo is a trader, where you can trade a plethora of different items in order to get different bonuses for the vault. Yes, the World 7 vault is relevant. I never thought I'd ever see the day. There's stuff like Char Coral to trade it to increase the level of monster attacks so we get more cash. We can finally trade in Divinity Pearls, which is sick because we all know that we have too many of those. Even shiny critters as well. So, you know, it's kind of cool. But unfortunately, that also brings us to our other research mechanic that we've found out so far, polymer salts. Yes, we have a new refinery rank. We have a T3 refinery. I know what you're thinking. That sounds horrible. It's because it is. Tier 2, on the second page of refinery, the refinery cycle is 15 minutes. This one is 30 minutes. So it's twice as long as the second page. So you thought Nullo salts were bad? Oh, just wait. If we got salts this early into World 7, something tells me the boss armor is going to require salts. Now, I know that was a lot of yapping when it comes to the other mechanics, but when it comes to research specifically, what I would give a suggestion is to do the minefield until you unlock another magnifying glass, because then you have 2 magnifying glasses to observe multiple areas. And then once you hit level 10, you unlock a thing known as Posty Notes, which will give you another magnifying glass. So you're able to search up to 3 at a time, which just gives you more XP. And if you're looking to follow a tree for the research points, because let's be honest, we don't necessarily know where we want to go, I would honestly suggest pushing XP first. Stuff like all night studying will give you 100% XP for research, which is super solid, especially when we don't get a lot of XP at the start anyways. And then you want to go all the way to observationalistic. Wow, that was really butchered. But what it does is it gives you 4 daily rolls, because you only got a set amount of rolls per day in order to try to get a chance at a new observation. And it also affects retroactively. So if you buy one during that day, then you get an extra +1. So you definitely want to do that. You want to buy those, and also it gives you a little bit of research XP. But the next big one is taking notes, which would give you a giant XP multi, which is actually pretty substantial. I think at level 4, I get 1.48 true multiplier, which is really good because we're going to have a hard time finding all that XP when necessary. And then finally, you want to end it off with points every 10, which basically means every 10 levels that you get in research, you get +1 point. And considering how big this grid is, the way that I think it's going to be, definitely 100% suggest to take this route first before you take any other route, because I feel like if you're just trying to rush all the bonuses, you're going to run into a problem where you're not going to be able to get a lot of XP, and you're going to end up just wasting time in the long term. Now, there is an upgrade that I also grabbed that was known as Optical Monocle, which gives you a thing called Insight. Now, Insight is if you have it on a observation that can level it up to give you more research XP. So far, it's kind of meh. I don't know if it's good or not yet. It's too soon to tell. Maybe it is, but as it sits right now, maybe skip it. Maybe wait until you're a little bit stronger. It's hard for me. But I'd also suggest unlocking all the mechanics that are brand new. I would probably hold off from sigils because they take really long, especially with sigil syrup. But I would try to get tiny cogs before reset because you only get 1 tiny cog per day as it sits right now. But it also gives you a ton of build rate. Keep that in mind. Now, besides that insane skill that's majority AFK, which is super nice, you can get as far as Kelpfish. You can't go much farther than that. And also, in the pirate deck, I ended up opening up the map, and inside there, really cool mobs, by the way, but there's a door that says 11 character lock. Now, I'm not tinfoil hat theory or anything, but I think we might be getting the 11th character. I think just maybe that's a hint to the 11th character. Now, that's all the content that had to do with research, okay? We're not even done yet. There is tons more. We have new Splunking Tower, known as the Scout Post, which good luck getting there, but Lava ended up nerfing all the other tunnels when it comes to splunking, so now you're going to be able to push through quite nicely. So we unlock another mechanic, which is sick. The splunking for the second to last tunnel, which we couldn't currently beat, was new shapes for research. Don't know what that does yet, but hey, you know, it's only day 1. So, I mean, hey, Jade Emporium shop, make sure to buy that as well. Science Jock, you want that. We also got 5 new coin types because we already have too much money, so that's also sick. There was also a couple of things added to like Duper Bits or Gambit and Cavern 5. Still nothing for the Nothing Island though, which is kind of weird because, you know, I love my fractal bonuses with 180,000 hours. Still no Nothing trophy, but that's fine. No big deal. It is what it is. By the way, not to make it sound weird, but now breeding pets are now mobs and pets are now pet companions. So don't get confused by that. Cool. But since there is a new mob battle, that means there's new spice. New spice means there's 3 new meals. Tasty treat, which is polymer refinery speed. By the way, these scale like crap. We have the Giga Chip, which is your research XP gain. Strongly suggest ribbon this one. And we have the wedding cake, which is a Mindhead mind currency gain. So now we have 2 meals that are known as the wedding cake. W. We also have a new palette in gaming, magenta. So that's pretty cool. Love that. Obviously, we got 6 new death notes thanks to the 6 new mob types. We actually ended up getting 6 new rounds in teal summoning, but good luck getting through that because beforehand we could barely break 11, but we still don't have any more summoning upgrades to counteract breaking through the other number 11. So we're basically still hard stuck, but now there's 6 more. So that's a W. But the weirdest thing, we have PvP and Idleon now, which I know what you're thinking. Griffy, that doesn't make any sense. But wait, there's more. Apparently, I missed it out because I slept in, so I didn't get to do the tournament, so I'm still bronze division, that all the pet companions that you've bought or traded, free or untradeable or tradable, you can register to go into this big royale battle, and they will cycle through, and then out of 1,024, you can watch all the battles in real time. And if there's a single champion, last person standing, they get a champion pet, which doesn't have any stats. So it's kind of like a flex pet, which is interesting. He also added a pet mart, which you're allowed to buy different pets for green gems, which is kind of cool. I do admit, I don't know how I feel about this yet. It seems interesting. It doesn't seem insanely pay to win because it's RNG based and you're able to trade pets. And then the stuff that you actually win from it is cosmetic based. So, I mean, I guess it's kind of a W. I guess it's kind of sick. So, I mean, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see how it goes. And apparently he wants to have a major championship on it. March 7th at 12 p.m. PST, which, hey, I guess we're gonna have to see how that goes, eh? And of course, we got hit with a bunch of packs. I'm still thinking about making the tier list for the paid packs because now we have a lot of them since the last time I've done paid packs. I don't know if there's necessarily insane. I mean, you got the 20 times splunking power pet, which is pretty nasty. I will say that's pretty gross. And then the 100 times gaming bit one, which is also disgusting as well. So that's cool. Can't play Idleon without at least having a couple more packs in the rotation. Quick Slap got nerfed, so that's twice Quick Slap has gotten nerfed, so rest in peace. It's dog ass anyways, so now it went from dog ass to super dog ass, so we love that. Wouldn't argue anything really of importance when it comes to the balance changes or the bug fixes, but besides 2 balance changes. One, where he has changed the quantity of statues, so you can hold 1 billion in a stack instead of 10 million, so that's pretty sick. Not only that, he nerfed Crystal Spawn. Now, he says it isn't nerfed, okay? On paper, he's right. It's not nerfed. But fundamentally, it is, because now crystal spawns are set to 2 seconds. So the problem is say you have your daily crystals and you get like 1,400 or whatever, and it lags your whole game, which is fantastic, but you get like an insane orb count. Like we're talking like close to 10K here. That unfortunately doesn't really work anymore. So Zenith cluster farming is kind of nerfed. Statue farming is a little bit nerfed, but I can understand why, because he's trying not to lag players out. So you know what? Overall, W. Kind of hurts, but you know what? It is what it is. But there you go, my dudes. What do you guys think about the patch notes? What do you guys think about the new update? And if you guys like this, let me know. Also, I was also thinking of doing something else where it comes to I answer your Idleon questions as a YouTube video. So at the same time, if you have any Idleon questions, put them down in this video and I will take a look to see if I can get enough of them and make a video with it. But with that being said, my dudes, I gotta go play the new update. But stay tuned for the next Idleon video. Stay safe, happy grinding, and peace out.